and the Thomas place joined there all the way across between them. And there's two fences 3 feet apart, there for half a mile. And I said, Papa, why are these two fences this close together? He says, because they can't get along. Says Mr. Hathaway and Cousin Jeff can't get along. And says, neither one of them won't let the other fence against them. So each one of them put the fence down 3 feet apart, and that's the way they did it. And I just couldn't understand that. And I wondered all the time, Cousin Belle and I were, Florence was just, as the old saying is, she's chip off the old block of Cousin Belle. Now, Cousin Belle, you remember that, don't you, Cousin?
Yeah.
Cousin Belle, she was a very pleasant lady herself. And I couldn't understand why she'd marry a man that take exceptions about anything like Cousin Jeff Thomas did. I've heard several questions, several things that he said. He lent a fellow, I heard him say, he lent a fellow a cradle, one of these old cradles that you cut oats and wheat with, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You may not know nothing about it. I'll explain that later.
I know.
He had to take it and come around, swing it around, and throw it up. And he lent a fellow his cradle, and he told him to bring it back the next day. And he didn't do it. And when he brought it back, he blessed him out about it. And the fellow says there that time, said, well, you wasn't eating it anyway. Said, well, they told me to bring it back the next day, and they're supposed to bring it back, and I don't like it a bit. And one time, he had a little male Jersey calf, little Jersey male, and he got over Papa's cattle, and Papa had a purebred shorthorn bull. And Papa got after him about it. He let it get him past the time to him, and Papa kept after him about it. And got after him one day and told him, said, you're giving me a lot of trouble. And he said, well, you're getting the use of my bull. But see, he didn't want his bull in there with this guy. He wanted his registered bull. And he couldn't understand that he was causing Papa trouble. And that's just the kind of way he was. He didn't get about with. He seemed to be a pretty good fella, but he couldn't get along with people. Mm-hmm. He just couldn't get along. And I just tell you the truth, I just wondered why couldn't Belle marry him. I couldn't understand. She was so pleasant, and I just couldn't understand it. I just couldn't understand it. But he had bad health. He got mighty bad health. And he died in Birmingham with Bright's disease, and they brought his body back. And I know Cousin Belle got Papa to go to Aberdeen. Papa went to Aberdeen in a wagon and got his body, and brought it back and got in that night, sometime in the night. And Cousin Belle asked him if he'd take the body to the cemetery the next day. And Papa told him yes, told her yes. So he took the body. See, that was back when people carried the body to the cemetery in a wagon. See, I remember those kind of times. Mm-hmm. And Papa had done anything on the Shine Sun he could for her. He just thought a heap of Cousin Belle just like I thought a heap of Florence. There was the family, there were so many so good people in it. Mm-hmm. I thought a lot of them, I thought a heap of everything. But now Edwin was tough. He was tough. He got a motorcycle. When he was a boy, he got a hold of a motorcycle. And he'd run it up and down the road. And of course all the horses and mules and things were scared of it. And he didn't care. But after he came in here, he wouldn't have anything to do with me because he made whiskey up there, they said, in the house. He made whiskey in the house. I didn't care. And he found out that I wasn't going to be against him after he got him. And he found out that I was going to be, and I was going to talk to him and everything, give him things and all that. He found out that I wasn't going to make him no trouble with his liquor. And we got along fine.
I never did hear just what she died with. Now,
she never was just right.
Mm-hmm.
She never was just right. I didn't know. She tried to go to school a little. She tried to go to school up there with. And of course we were all taught that Mary Sue was sick. And she didn't have much interest or much energy. And I didn't know why she passed away.
Mm-hmm. Do you know about what age she was when she died?
No, I don't know.
She
what
was in her
age.
teens. Let me say this, and interrupted this. At that time, you know, you had they prepared body, the people who passed away's bodies at home, and my mother was one that helped, as they said lay them out. She go to the home and they helped the mothers. And I remember distinctly that she asked me if I'd go with her to Miss Belle's to see Miss Mary, to help with Miss Mary Sue. And that was the first and only person, not first person, that I ever saw after death and prepared them for burial. And she was in her teens, but now I wouldn't say what age, but she had been an invalid practically all of her life. She was just known as being handicapped in some way, but I never did hear what was wrong. And I don't know whether the doctors ever told her just what she died with or not, but I remember he was talking about Florence, about how she and her mother grieved at the death of Mary Sue. Because I saw it, of course, that was something that I had never been around before, and it made a big impression on me.
About Maggie Lou. I couldn't understand Maggie Lou too well. Maggie Lou was a good deal older than me. And I reckon it's because of the difference in our ages. She was kind of jolly, as I said a while ago about the fingers put in there and slapped on my book and all. I couldn't, as old as that is, I couldn't kiss her. I could understand Beatrice and Florence, but it might have been because, and of course back at that time, we didn't talk much about anything. And as you asked a minute ago about Mary Sue, we didn't ask our parents questions. In other words, if any child back there had something going on, things like that and all, we knew that there was, we as children, we knew that some cause or another Mary Sue wasn't well. But they didn't explain it to us why she wasn't well. And I know then she got in the bed and died not too long after. I was trying to understand her more. And Maggie Lou was kind of aristocratic. She was kind of aristocratic. And Beatrice and Florence was just like me. We just everyday folks and just enjoyed talking and laughing, playing and having a big time.
And things like that, you know, we country girls, you notice things like that more. And we can look back after and see how things have changed from the country and to in the city, even to what it was in those times. But we still had some characters back in then that portrayed that type of characteristics. They were
close together and all. And the family, the Hathaway family living here, and the Thomas family right up there. And we had a lot of association right together. And I'll tell you a little more, but we won't record that. I thought it was down here. The Hathaway family and the Thomas family didn't get along too well. But two of the